Hi everyone, welcome to a new season and a new episode of the ArtTour International show. And today we are in Miami visiting this incredible exhibition, and I'm here with a really interesting artist. She's from New York, so you know what? Your friends out there are going to be watching this.
New York in the house. Hi, everyone.
And she is Zuzanna Kozlowska.
Yes, you pronounced it perfectly. I know it's a complicated name to pronounce, Zuzanna Kozlowska, and my friends call me Zuz.
Okay, Suz. So tell us about your work to all New Yorkers are going to be watching here. Tell us about this incredible dress that you're showcasing here.
Sure. Hi, and thanks for asking, actually. So, my work from the beginning has always been about drawing. I'm very detail oriented. As you can see, there's a lot of line work that's gone into here. And this is actually something, the work on fabric is something that I've been working on for the last 3 years. Before that, I was all about showing figurative art. I went to art school. I did a lot of studies of the human figure. I studied portraiture, and it was always about portraying the human figure and what it looked like. And then once I kind of got to a level of mastery, which was actually after studying at the SVA, and I found that I was able to show a woman, a person, like perfectly from scratch, that I just kind of let it go. I realized I wasn't really showing anything new. I was just showing exactly what was seen by the human eye, that I started experimenting with how I could show something different, and that's something that could be felt. I've always been very intuitive and very responsive to people's energy, and I realized what I was responding to a lot of the time with these kinds of works, these kinds of, very intuitive doodles almost. I was expressing how I felt about people, and that's a style I started developing, and it's been about 6 years that I've been working this way. The last 3 I started working on fabric, which is because my mom's a fashion designer. And she sent me a dress when I was working in New York. I was trying to get my art out there. I was going to a gala at the Guggenheim. I was wondering what to wear and how I was going to talk about my art. So I had my mom's dress. I wanted to talk about my art. And then I just had this idea. I'm like, I'm going to put my art on the dress so it'll be easy for me to talk about. I put it on the gown. It was a silk gown. And the process was so amazing because, for all you artists out there, when you work on a really smooth canvas, the art just kind of flows. It's kind of just like it's like slicing butter with a hot knife. It just kind of goes really smoothly, and that's what working on fabric is for me. And because I was working very intuitively, very much in the moment, it worked perfectly with my style. So I started creating these wearable artworks as expressions of people's energy that was able to be made as a custom dress for them. And I think it's a really cool thing, in today's day where there's so many things we could be wearing, but it's all kind of copies of each other. I think what I like to offer is something really personal and a process that we can create together. I talk with you, we figure out, what's your color, what's your energy, what's your vibe, what do you want to exude, or who are you really? And then I sketch out the work around the figure. So everybody's different, everybody has different assets and different places that of wonder, and so I like to do a sketch around the figure, and then I create the artwork.
Wonderful. Well, I have been asked about the pattern. Where is this pattern coming from? Where is inspiration coming from?
Okay, that's a great question. So the inspiration is really internal. It's very much a vibrational sensation that I'm responding to. That's the kind of energy art, and I know that there's a lot of people out there actually right now that are working this way, and it's good to connect that way, but it's not something that I visually planned to create. I just started in my art practice, to experiment, to work more abstractly. And before I knew it, I developed such a large body of work, all in this style, all in this very much fluid, energetic, ebb and flow way. And the way I like to actually talk about it is there's two components to it. One is the flow and one is the energy. So the flow is really the outline. And as you can see in some of them, there's a lot of flow in the terms of shape. And then the inner parts of it, the color, the detail, that's the energy. So some of the pieces that I have, it's just flow. And it's a lot more looser, it's a lot more fluid. And some of them are a little bit more intense, like this one. And that it's got more energy in it, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. Well, can you share the secret of the scarf up there? It's not a scarf, it's a beautiful piece. I love it, and I think it's the coolest thing.
It's actually really cool. Do you want me to bring it down and show it to you? Okay, you know what? I can demonstrate it. I call it like a hugatoric. It's, do you remember the day back in the, what is it, the 1800s when they had those huge collars, the royalty and things
That's
like
what
that?
I love about that.
It's kind of a,
Reminds me.
exactly,
Regal.
exactly. The collar is really regal. So the back of it too, it has a magnet and it kind of finds each other right there, which I kind of love. You know, it's hidden in there. It probably works a little better with my hair up, but it kind of finds each other like on, it's molded to like your shoulders, and then it just kind of comes on. What do you think?
It's awesome. I love it.
I see it in the mirror, so I'm not sure if it's positioned well.
I think it's both functional and really, it's fashionable, but it's functional because it sure keeps you warm.
It does keep me really warm, and it actually feels like a big hug. I call it the hugatoric just because it's like it's very comfortable. It's very lightweight. It holds its shape. It's kind of sculptural because it's got the wire mesh inside, and it's something you don't see every day. And that's with wearable art, I think you gotta have fun. Like things like this are fantastic. It's a dress. It's got the artwork on it. And I love like experimenting with pieces like this that are really, unique artworks that make women and men feel just extraordinary, like really special, really something else, like that true work of art that every person is. So something that I like to do.
Well, I thank you so much. This has been really exciting.
Thank you
And
so much.
what can you tell us about your other works before you go?
Wall-mounted works I started to create just kind of as a bridge between the drawings that I have as well as the fabrics. Sometimes people don't always connect the two, so it's nice to be able to bring those two mediums together because fabric is the base of artworks. Canvas, linen, those are fabrics that us as artists, we create every day. And what I really want people to start to appreciate is the fabrics that we wear also being that canvas that's available as unique individual single edition artwork. So when you put fabric on the wall, just like this, it's not much different than, the canvas artworks that people have been working on, but that's kind of like the bridge I'm trying to make. And now next steps for me, I've been doing a lot of work with like energy, a lot of work with flow. I can tell just with the stage I am in my life that the next series for me is going to be very, very precise. I'm going to try and take the energy down a little bit. I'm going to try and make it much more calming rather than energizing. And I'm curious as to seeing what that turns out as well and how people react.
Well, thank you so much for your participation with us. We are really happy to have you. People are admiring your work, and I couldn't be happier. And, well, best of luck for your future endeavors.
Thank you. And thank you very much for having me part of it and for all your hard work and energy.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, stay inspired.